What's up? Doug Cunnington here from Niche Site Project. And this is a live session, the live stream. Welcome if you're joining me live. This is the live session for backlinks for niche sites or authority sites. And I'll go over 3 ways you can get links today. And I hear the audio works. That's good. So let me know where you're at today. Got the Furman UK. So we're going to jump right into it. And then I know people end up joining a little late. Perhaps we'll backtrack a little bit. So we're going to go over 3 ways to get backlinks. Now, these are links that you could actually get like today. So with that in mind, these links are not going to be the most powerful, right? These are not going to be the most authoritative. These are going to be links that you can go and get today. And, I could probably do this topic every single day and keep talking about it over and over and over again, because it's one of the most common questions, hands down, over and over and over again. And it's a complicated subject, of course. People want high rankings, they want referral traffic, and well, I guess those are the 2 main things. They want traffic on their site, and organic traffic is one of the best ways to go, ranking high. And basically, these are great ways to do sort of like the first links for your site. And the third one's actually a little bit more involved, but you can still actually do it today and probably with your cell phone, which is interesting. So we do have Embracing Wellness. We have John as well, Vicus, and Alwayne. Will these links harm your site? Not inherently, no. Dami, Happy New Year. And then FM Scout is on too. Okay, so the first way, by the way, I see we have 22 people on, which is cool. Martin is on from Italy. We have Duke on too. Okay, so the first way is blog commenting. So these are typically no follow links. However, they're still links. And if you find a blog that has, excuse me, if you find a blog that has a decent amount of traffic and some good interaction in the comments, and it's in your niche and it's relevant, you will probably get referral traffic through that. So I know a lot of people will say, like Alwayne, will these links harm your site? No, a blog comment is typically no follow, like 99.9% of the time. It's a no follow link. So it shouldn't necessarily, impact your site. Google says that they generally ignore those. However, my belief is if you get traffic through a no follow link, that's a good sign. So let's say you have a link in Wikipedia and you get referral traffic each day. That's good. That's a good link to have. And it's also from Wikipedia. So to follow that theory, right? If you have a link on a good site that's relevant, even if it's no follow, but you have traffic coming through it, that's a good thing. And I caught a cold again, or the same cold. So I'm trying not to cough into the microphone, but I have to get this awful cough drop here. Okay. And we got Dennis on too, nonchalant, and we have Eric as well. And let's see, FM Scouts was watching Income School the other day and they have a different opinion. Yep, they sure do. They say, FM Scout, what is their opinion? Specifically, I don't want to summarize incorrectly. Income School guys are great. I interviewed them. They interviewed me. Check out those interviews. Aster's on as well. Okay, next is social media accounts. So if you go to, say, Facebook or Twitter or Pinterest or fill in the blank other social media, you can create an account for your site. And then in the profile, place a link in the, the profile section for the website. And again, it's probably a no follow link, but it is good to have social media links, right? I mean, if it's a real website, think of any real website out there or local business or something like that. They have a few social media profiles. And again, you could do this today in a few minutes. You can create these profiles, put your URL in there, you're good to go. Okay. Next is YouTube. So this is a cool one because, well, if you're here, you obviously know that I'm putting a lot of time and effort into YouTube over the past, year, basically. And YouTube is a huge, massive search engine. I mean, if people are looking for information, there's a good chance they're also not just looking in Google, but they're also looking at YouTube. I've shifted from, a huge podcast consumer to a YouTube consumer, and it just fits my schedule better. The point is, basically, with a phone, with just about any phone with a camera on it, you can install the YouTube app. You can, record on your phone, whatever, if you just want to do a talking head video like this, just hold the camera. You can talk about, the product, the item, or whatever, and upload it. You can add a description. I kind of prefer to add the description and other tag information in the like a web browser versus my phone. Just a little bit faster for me. But if you happen to be traveling, commuting or whatever, you're on a bus or subway or whatever, train, you can do this all on your phone and essentially create a video. You will have to, have, you'll have to have, you'll have to put out some effort to create a reasonable video, but basically you could put a link to your site in the description. And if you're, going for extra credit, you can provide a call to action. Say, hey, be sure you check out the link below. I have a review on my website over here. Go check it out. And by the way, that reminds me, if you are interested in more SEO, there is a free workshop tomorrow. No pitch workshop. It's not going to be on YouTube. It is going to be through Webinar Jam. There's a link in the description below, and it is SEO that works for niche and authority sites. So it goes deeper into stuff we talked about today, and it's tomorrow, January 4th at 10 a.m. So if you're watching this live and you're interested in learning more about niche site, authority site, affiliate site, SEO, you'll want to sign up. If you're watching the replay, depending on when you watch it, you can check it out live. If you're watching it sometime in the future, if you're watching this sometime in the future past the January, if you're watching it after I held the session, follow the same link. You'll still be able to watch the replay. So you just follow the link in the description, by the way. All right. Some people asked some questions and stuff, and I'll come back to it in a moment, but I'm just going to recap. So ways to get links today. You can do blog commenting. If you're on an authoritative site that has good interaction, there's a strong chance if you leave a comment, if you leave a couple smart comments, you're going to get traffic. Second way is social media profile. So create a social media profile for your brand. Leave a link in the profile account section to your URL. And finally, the last way is YouTube videos. So people search a lot on YouTube. YouTube videos show up on organic search results all the time. It's a great place to, have your information. Plus, a lot of people embed videos into their websites. I do. So if you, have like a sort of a, I guess a popular item or something, and people are embedding that video on their niche sites, that's a good thing for your video, and it potentially could rank higher. It's kind of like a backlink for a video. All right. And let's see. An FM Scout. trying to see. So FM Scout. Basically, I was trying to see the details about like the income school. Generally, they're not building links, and they recommend don't build links. For their course, it greatly simplifies the information that you have to have in a course, which is cool. Those guys are super smart, great guys. I like them. And yeah, it would be cool to have a little debate back and forth. My belief is you can do fine without building backlinks. However, if you build backlinks, your site could make so much more money, get so much more traffic. And I have a feeling they would probably agree that's not a big stretch. That's not a big stretch at all. Okay. Vicus, tell me about university links. Can I get EDU links from Australia and Canada, but target the US? Vicus, sure. You could do whatever you want. It's an authoritative domain, so that's a good thing. It's probably slightly better if it's in the native language, but even if you get a link from let's say you're targeting US, but you get it from a German university, that's probably fine. It's still university. Sean's from the UK. What's up? Dennis says, income school may not promote links, but they get traffic via YouTube because they talk about their sites. Sue Hale says, when is my course out? It'll be out in a couple weeks. So a couple weeks is coming up here. By the way, I haven't mentioned it, but I actually do like a free email course. So if you sign up for my email list, I do this. It's just a 3-part email series that sort of preps you for launching a niche site. So there's some mindset stuff. It's totally free as long as you're in the email list. And, people, it's actually so popular that people that have already purchased the course and gone through it do the exercises again. Like it's pretty good. Okay. Alibaba says, can you tell me blog commenting still work? Yes. And I have to, I had a couple weird comments on some videos today. And and I'll just be blunt. So Alibaba, I'm sorry, but can I tell you that blog commenting still works? It was the first point that I mentioned. Of course it still works. Why would I cover something that doesn't work? Just like maybe clarify your question or something, but I have to say, I want the quality of questions to be high. So it's slightly amusing. Hopefully everyone takes it in the good spirit. I'm not mad or anything, but of course it works if I covered it and it was the number one point that I covered it. Okay. Nonchalant, is this a Q&A also? Only about link building and SEO. Directories are a good idea or they are spammy. That is a strange statement with a question mark at the end. I will say that if it is a niche specific directory, it could be good. If it is just a free directory that anyone can get into, that's probably not very good. Writing 3,000 word articles is not that easy as it seems. Check out, I did like a workshop a few weeks ago on content. Once you get started, so if you set out FM Scout to write a 3,000 word article, could be challenging. However, if you take it step by step and take an incremental approach, it should be doable. So start with 1,000 words and then add 500 each week until you get 3,000. And then Marco says, you sent an email about your keyword research. You want my feedback. Cool. I saw your email. And Marco, here's the deal. Are you wanting to do one-on-one consulting? Because I don't do that. I don't do free consulting, but I'm happy to meet with you to look over your keywords, but I literally don't have time to look over everyone's keywords that sends them in. All right. Inda says, you bought Income School. Awesome. Good to have you on, Inda, by the way. You're following it right now. They don't do links, but they do recommend doing YouTube videos. You'll let me know how it goes. Interesting. Okay. Danish says, what about the scholarship program? Sites got penalized. Yeah, I've heard a lot of stuff going around. I'm still, listening and trying to understand what went down. I know Matt Diggity did a lot of analysis. Good guy, doing a lot of research. Hey, Tihana, what's up? Good to have you on. Dennis Dunbar mentions that blog commenting adds referring domains, and that's a good thing for sure. Blue Fuse, what's up, other dog? And then Chris, Happy New Year. Thanks for getting back. Yep, you're welcome. And yep, you sent a good email. So hopefully we'll see you in the course coming up. And my paid consulting is $247 an hour. M Lightman. All right. And Marco says, you don't have money right now, but you promise that you'll take consulting when your blog starts making money. Right now, you have a blog in the tech niche with no backlinks and you're getting around. Cool. Yeah. Great. That sounds good. Nice. All right. Any other questions about backlinks? And I'll just do a quick recap on some of the stuff going on. There's a free workshop, deeper SEO presentation tomorrow. There's a link below in the description. No pitch. You can't buy anything even if you wanted to. And I'm just talking about like sort of an overarching holistic plan for SEO for a niche site, starting at the beginning, moving on from there. Then I think, when you do sign up, if you're interested in, the other sessions, there are, I think there's a checkbox to auto subscribe to future sessions when I hold these. So if you're interested in that, you should check it out. Additionally, let's see, the course, 5-Figure Niche Site, in a couple weeks, it will be available. Leading up to that, I actually have a free email course that comes out. So if you're not on the email list, you should sign up. And if you're interested in that free course, if you're not, then don't sign up. But the free course takes you from, hey, I think I want to, make more money or start a niche site or have a side gig or something like that, and takes you to, picking a niche. So it moves pretty quick and it's really helpful. I think it's a great exercise to go through. And as I mentioned before, people do actually go through this every time I send it out. So, okay. Sarah Woot, what's up? Good to have you on, former student. Hope everything's going well. How's your site doing, Sarah Woot? Danish, you're looking forward to Web 2.0 backlinks. Should you go for it? I wouldn't do that personally. I think like the only way I do Web 2.0, number one, you have to be okay with doing gray hat stuff. And I'm more of a white hat person. But I would probably hire a company like the Hoth, who I'm an affiliate for, and basically let the people that are really good at it do it. Now, I will say you're probably not going to be able to just rank your website just from a Hoth package in Web 2.0 unless it's really low competition. If it was that easy, people could just, buy a few Web 2.0 packages and just rank sites for cheap, sell them, but it's not that easy, right? So if you're building them yourself, you should probably, have a good understanding on how to implement it. And then, honestly, it's super boring work to create Web 2.0s and publish content that's kind of, garbage over there. Blue Fuse says, how much value do I think blog commenting has? I've been having some success with this. Should I just keep hammering away, or can there be too much blog commenting? How much value? Hard to answer. I think some blog comments are part of a healthy backlink profile. Some no follow links are part of a healthy backlink profile. Can there be too much? Maybe. I mean, I think if you have like 80% blog comments and only a few regular comments, or a few regular backlinks, like do follow backlinks, maybe it looks a little funny, but maybe there's not like a major issue with it or anything. So, I'm not really sure. Okay, and Marco says, can I tell you a couple words about the course? You're in the Cloud Living Academy, and you saw I did a YouTube video about Tongue's site. Funny thing, Tongue's a former student from way back in the day. So the course takes you from picking a niche all the way to scaling and selling a site for 6 figures. I talk about competition analysis, content, link building, scaling, email list building, other affiliate programs, and then selling for 6 figures. So, but I have to be honest with you, if you're in cloud living, I think that should be fine, right? I should try to sell you more stuff. I definitely have a different outlook on how to do stuff than Tongue does. And, I have a project management background, and I have that sort of organizational framework that I placed over implementing and creating a niche site, right? And I think that is sort of the unique part, where I believe Tongue's course is similar to mine in that the goals are similar, right? And Marco, like, if you have more specific questions, let me know. Chris says, off subject, the rough estimate of what I'm charging. So usually try and not mention it until you get all the information about the course. So I can't really mention it here. I haven't locked down the prices. Oftentimes the prices go up I only have so much time to work with students. And I think, Sarah Woot says you got traffic and you made money mainly from KGR content. So basically there's only so much time I can spend. People that have taken the course, they know I spend a lot of time with them. Sarah Woot is a person I see on here. So it's a premium course. That's all I can add. And it's really important to have the context around what is included with the course. So sorry, I can't mention more, but what I would hate to happen is if I mention a price here and it's different, and then people are sort of disappointed or misled on the pricing. So, okay, Lightman, what is the range for a custom built WordPress site? No clue. FM Scout, how about allowing guest post? You are able to get some roundups with backlinks. Sure, I don't typically do that, but that's interesting. If it's working for you, go for it. Yep, and I see Marco, you asked again about further about the price as I was answering it. So basically, yeah, I mean, I think the interesting part is like once you do have a site making some money, Marco, it's very interesting to be able to like make changes based on what you learn in the course and get an ROI like right away. Pretty powerful. Chris, thanks for the understanding. There were a couple people a few weeks back that were really pressing me hard when I wasn't answering questions. So we're hitting a dead point here. Couple books that I have out. One, I mentioned this for a couple weeks, is the Back of the Napkin with these little simple drawings and stuff. Super interesting. I'm hoping to integrate some ideas into the YouTube videos, into the course, stuff like that. And then the other one, I have the Daily Stoic, and then I also got the journal here. So just starting to work through that. Does anybody else have this book? The journal or the Daily Stoic? I waited a little while to get the Daily Stoic. I guess it came out last year, but I think it was a little much. I listened to a lot of the Tim Ferriss podcasts, and there was just a whole lot of Stoic stuff going on the podcast. And I was like, I've had enough. And I've sort of not listened to the podcast as much. So it was a good time. And I'm looking forward to doing more journaling here. Okay, Danish says, you watched the interview with Income School. How is it possible to rank a website just by making it sit there for a year or even forever without backlinks? Do I think it works? So the question is, how is it possible? So number one, there are a few components to look into. This is you know what? Maybe I need to do a whole video on this. That's a nice one. I'm going to copy and paste that. Basically, there's some components that I guess contribute to your site ranking and getting traffic. So one is around keyword research. People have to be searching for it. The other is around the quality of the content, the on-page SEO aspect. And then the other part is the off-page part. So do we know like what ratio like each contributes? No, we have no idea. We have no clue what that is. Word on the street would be generally like the backlinks are worth more. So that's why, private blog networks and, guest posting rings from back in the day and, all these different backlink marketplaces exist because that is sort of like the biggest, variable. However, if you have good keyword research and you also have good content, then you can make up for the fact that you don't have links. And again, my argument is, sure, that works, but if I know how to build backlinks, then why not do that part also, right? I'm pretty sure you reach an artificial ceiling without links. And then if you add links, who knows where you can go. And let's see. And then Danish, you say, do I think it works? And yeah, I think those guys are doing it. The caveat though is, it sounds like they say do make YouTube videos and probably have links in there. And that's a link, right? That is literally, they may not have links in there, but I'm not sure like what the other component is, but my hunch is they have links in there and that makes a difference. Okay. All right. And Danish is pushing back on the keywords. So Danish, does my answer make sense? There's various components and one can overcome others. And Inda is pointing out they do have links. Inda says you have a site that that gets 20,000 visitors a month, no backlinks. It ranks for low competition keywords, not big ones. And it takes longer. So basically, if you're patient, you could be good to go. And then Ihara says, I've heard that keyword analysis is nonsense and a waste of money since tools require a lot of money. Can you tell me your point of view about this matter? I disagree. I disagree with that point. And I would question who is that. I think the Income School guys, Jim and Ricky, I think they do have a video on like not doing keyword research, using a tool. However, they're still doing they're still doing research, right? They're just not using the tools. If you don't want to use the tools, that's totally okay. In Uhara, there's a million ways to do these things. And I think that if you don't want to use keyword research tools, that's fine. Do it your own way. And Inda says they use Income School uses Google Suggest. So I love Google auto suggest, and then other I guess related searches. So basically, if you don't want to use keyword research tools because they're too expensive, that's cool. Don't do it. Okay. Nonchalant says, can you show us an example of how to use backlinks? I'm not sure what that means. Like, link to your site. I'm not sure. Yeah. I don't know. Yep. And Brandon, you're 100% right. You want a free solution for keyword search volumes? Get the plugin called Keywords Everywhere, and it's free. And just put your keywords into the bulk search volume tool, and you get a CSV out of it. So, but there are multiple things like Uhara. Let me know if there's other details, Uhara, because you're saying multiple things. You say keyword analysis, not you, but you've heard keyword analysis is nonsense, and it's a waste of money. So it's like two things that are unrelated. So even if it was free, you're saying you've heard it's nonsense. All right. And Uhara says, you're looking forward to start your own niche site. It's going to be your first one, so you're hesitant and a bit scared, and there's a lot of worries. Got it. Yeah. Well, first thing, just if it's your first site, unfortunately, you're probably going to make several mistakes. Don't sweat it. You'll learn a lot. If you make a mistake, just make sure you don't do it again. So to slightly digress, don't go out and try and start like 5 sites all at once where you will make the same mistake 5 times in a row. Don't do that, right? That is really disappointing when that happens. Just do one site, like learn the ropes, learn some skills. And then once you have a process that works for you, whether you use keyword research tools or not, however you want to find keywords or whatever you're doing, then you can create a new site. But if you're thinking, hey, I'm going to scale, I'm going to make 4 or 5 sites all at once right now when I'm starting so I can make more money, you're going to make, the same mistake on multiple sites. And then you're going to have to fix it. But more likely, you'll do what I did, which was just, give up on the other 4 sites. All right. So just quick favor. If you have the ability to click the thumbs up, the like button, I answered quite a few questions. If you found this helpful at all, or if I answered your question and I was generally polite, it'd be great if you could hit the thumbs up. It helps me a little bit from an SEO perspective on YouTube. So people may actually watch it if there are more likes on it. At least that's what everyone tells me. Adnan says, you've seen the videos on niche research and you've done some homework, but you're still not confident which niche to choose. Your second question is, how many keywords can I put in one page? All right. Basically, you're not confident. So I think the main thing is that it is a hard question to answer. Basically, you're going to have to pick something, right? You got to pick something and move forward. And just don't make a decision that you can't reverse. As long as you can adjust it, you're all right. So one of the biggest mistakes that a person might make in your position would be you call your website like best SanDisk ultra memory SD memory card.com. And then you're roped in to some very specific thing. But if you just called it like camera accessories dojo or something like that, then you have the capability to adjust along the way. So basically just make sure you have the ability to adjust. The second question, how many keywords can you put in one page? I don't think about it like that. So I don't know the answer, but basically as many as you want. But I don't think about it like that. So I recommend that you don't either. And Tihana offers some great advice. Just take it slow. This is to Yuhara. Take it slow, one step at a time. Anything completely new is scary until you get better at it. Totally. Isaac says, hey, Doug, sorry you joined later. Kindly mention the 3 free ways to get links. So Isaac, I will tell you a big secret. Just rewind the video. Just rewind it out of respect for the other folks that are on here. So nothing personal. Sorry you couldn't make it on time, but you can just rewind it, man. Okay. And Yuhara, yep, focus on one site. Try and make it big. Learn from your mistakes. All that good stuff. Brandon, you appreciate all the info. Thanks. Glad you were able to make a live stream. You started a site in early 2017 that has been consistently earning. Awesome. Do you use the keyword golden ratio, or like, did you learn a lot from the channel specifically, Brandon? And thanks for mentioning, I think there's a lot of people lurking. When I publish a video, a lot more people watch than I would expect. It's getting cool, Danish. Oh, you thank me also for the free and valuable advice. Awesome. Thank you. And one thing I forgot to mention, I do a general Q&A on Fridays, same time, same place, 10 a.m. Mountain Time. I try and do everything at 10 a.m. Mountain Time because it's just, simpler for me, even though it's kind of getting into my like prime time productivity hours. I can usually get a little bit of work done before I do these things here. And a couple things I was going to mention. I have a couple videos out. I totally forgot. I'm doing a little contest, everyone. So did people see the contest video that I published yesterday? A few people watched it, and the prize is only for the super fans would actually really care, to be honest with you. But I feel like it's a reasonable, generally okay prize. And basically, it's like this. I want a playlist created from the videos on this channel, right? So it's very self-indulgent and that sort of thing. I totally realize that. It's totally self-indulgent. However, there's so much info, and I think other people that have watched a lot of these videos may have a good idea on what content they found most useful. I unfortunately, so much is internalized in this bald head here that I don't remember everything that that I published out there. And if you watch that video, it's only about 3 minutes long or so. And basically, I want you to put together a playlist with like 10 to 20 videos only for my channel, or if I'm on another channel, you want to put an interview in, something like that. That's cool. And basically, I want it to sort of be start to finish. And the idea here, of course, is people that, a lot of people are asking about the course and stuff. And some people, the course is not going to be for them. The timing is going to be off. Maybe it's too expensive. Maybe, for example, the person, who was it? Marco, I think. Someone was in another course. Like maybe you enjoy watching some of my videos, but my course isn't for you. Totally understand that. And this playlist could be something that I send out like, oh, here's, 12 videos, takes you start to finish. It's like, 14 hours of content or something. Some videos are short, some are long, some are 90 minutes and some are 90 seconds. So anyway, this is purely experimental. We'll see how it goes. So all you have to do is create a playlist on your channel. And then the prize is I'll share the playlist with everyone, right? And I'll share it over and over again. So you'll probably have a lot of people watching your playlist. If you want to, whoever wins, solely my discretion, right? The prize has no monetary value. It is purely a networking thing. But if you put together a nice playlist and you want to come on the channel, I'll interview you, we'll chat, whatever. And basically it is just, as a valuable sort of community thing. So I believe people can post a playlist, a YouTube playlist link in the comments. I hope that works and it's not flagged or anything weird like that. And I'll take a look at them all. And I think I put, let's see, I put the due date. I'll choose the winner and announce it on January 10th, probably as a live stream because, I'm doing a ton of that nowadays. Imran, what's up? Good to have you on. I'm doing okay. I'm highly caffeinated, but catching a cold again. That same one from last week, I think. It's not cool. And Tiana, thanks for the feedback. You have a lot of great free info on the channel. The playlist would be very useful. So, and I mean, yeah, I think it could be a great way to, because if I put this stuff together, if I put the videos together in the playlist, I think there's some value in it, right? But again, so much of the information, so much of the content is like internalized, and I may not be the best person to organize it for people that are just arriving at the channel. I mean, I have some good idea, but again, like I said, there's like something like 350 videos or something like that on the channel. So, and there's the cough. All right. Any other questions on the backlinks and stuff? And Isaac, you know what? I'll go ahead and answer you. The 3 free backlink methods to just summarize and close out this baby. It's blog commenting, social profiles. So be sure you put your link into, the social media account page, put the URL back to your homepage. The last way is YouTube videos. So you can create a YouTube video. You just like do it on your phone, do a talking head handheld situation and talk about the products, link back in the description. And YouTube is a ginormous search engine. I can't remember where I saw the information, but someone was like, I predict that it wasn't me, but someone was predicting that YouTube was going to be like the #1 search engine over Google, which I don't know what timeline they were suggesting. And then the other was that Amazon was going to get into video and Amazon was going to get into, social media in a big way, which if anybody could pull it off would be Amazon. Brandon says, you haven't used, excuse me. It's the worst. Really apologize. Okay. Brandon says, you haven't used the keyword golden ratio. You started your site after Glenn Alsop from the GAPS case study of 10 Beast. You went way too competitive with keywords, but you're ranking on page 2 and you're looking to take a different approach. It's the worst. It's the worst. I'm usually fast on the mute button. So Inda says, have I used Scoop It for backlinks? No, I haven't. Scoop It, what is that? It's all good directory. Good. Good Lord. This is awful. All right. I got one more here. Yuhara says, oh, and actually one more thing here. So an interesting thing we still have 45 people on. I only have 22 thumbs up, likes. Please hit the like button. Really would appreciate it. It helps other people find these videos. If I answered your question, if you found me somewhat likable, kind of helpful, please hit the like button. Really would appreciate it. Thank you. Yuhara says, one more thing. Jesus. Right when I think I'm okay. You have set a plan a week ago about contents section, and you plan to publish in a future article per week. Do I think it'll take more than 6 months before starting to see results? Well, it all depends on whose roadmap you're following. So in my 5-figure niche site course, it should be like 6 weeks or so. You're not going to be able to like quit your job, but you should get a little traffic and you should start seeing maybe a sale every few days or something like that. If you're following another model, say like the income school, it may be longer. I don't know exactly how the other models work. Mine takes the project management ideas and helps you get results faster. So, yeah. Tihana says, is Amazon's influencer policy the updated one or the old one? I don't know. I don't know any of that. Sorry, Tihana, I'm not sure. John says, do I have any method to monitor your backlinks? You're considered backlinks getting removed without notification. I would say, yeah. So I use like Ahrefs to watch backlinks. Yuhara says you're following the cloud living model. So Yuhara, you should talk to Tong and find out what he tells you. I have no idea. You know, no clue. But if you're a student of Tong's, he should support you. So if you have questions about his model, you should ask him. Oh, and Inda says, Scoop It is a content aggregator. Oh, interesting. So Inda, do you use it for backlinks? I haven't done it. And Brandon's telling me you're launching a new site that's more niche focused and you already have a spreadsheet with keywords and articles around them. You'll let me know about how it goes. Awesome. That'll be really good to know. And by the way, Brandon, is there a reason why you can't keep working on the new or your old site and, just target stuff more specifically? Oh, by the way, I do see people hit more thumbs up. Thanks. Thank you. I do appreciate it. All right. And Adnan, you are using the keyword golden ratio model. Awesome. Fantastic. It works well. A lot of people seem to really, really like it. And don't forget, if you're still watching, throw your hat in the ring for the playlist competition. I have no clue like how many people are going to enter. And I mean, it may just be a few. And like I said, I'm not going to, or I didn't think through. I haven't seen this done in other places. It'll be interesting if, it has a benefit. Now, the other cool thing is people are going to submit their favorite videos or most useful. And it could be interesting, you know, other people are going to be able to watch and check out those playlists. And maybe what I do, right? Maybe I think I can save other people's playlists to my channel. Maybe I save everyone's playlist so everyone can check it out, and I'll pick, you know, my favorite at my sole discretion of my own favorite, you know, based on merit. It won't be random or anything like that. And basically, you know, everyone can see the other favorite videos from other people. So that's kind of cool. So Rob says, nice work. Thank you. What's my thought on expired domains with a good backlink profile? Great. Yeah, you've used some and they're working great. You're making 4 figures. Fantastic. Yeah. So the key thing is, if you know how to make sure that the expired domain has a good backlink profile, then you're good to go. However, I have heard situations where if the domain was indeed expired, it may take a while to rank. There may be some randomness. Maybe it's still in the sandbox, like maybe it enters a different expired domain sandbox. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But generally, I mean, if you're able to do it, then and you're making good money, then you got it. So FM Scout is going to enter. So that's awesome. Tihana is going to write an article. Yep. See you later. Thanks. And Brandon says, you've been debating niching down on the bigger site, but it's very broad. And you feel that to a percent affecting. Yeah. So basically, there's no topical relevance. So that's legit. That makes sense. So, all right. Any other questions? Don't forget, get the free workshop tomorrow. If you haven't signed up for that, the link is below. And then there's a workshop or a Q&A, the free Q&A on Friday, the general Q&A, the free for all on Friday, 10 a.m. Mountain Time. It looks a lot like this, hopefully with less coughing and no cough drops. And hopefully with me, I'm pretty sure I have a fever. I don't feel good. It's not cool. Not cool here. Okay. And Inda says, one final thing. Have I noticed the Google snippet is a great deal longer on some searches? You noticed that in Yoast SEO. You know what? I have seen that before, but I haven't looked recently. But I have seen some where I was like, man, that's like a paragraph. It's like a lot of content. Okay. And Adnan is saying, please answer my previous question. Let's see. Let's see what you ask here. I think I already answered it. You're still not confident which niche to choose. And your second question is, how many keywords can you put on one page? Is that your question, Adnan? I think I already answered those, but I'll do it again. Basically, I already forgot. On picking the niche, you're just going to have to pick something. You have to pick something and move forward. Just make sure it's something that you're flexible with and you could adjust. Try not to be too narrow when you pick your niche. And then as far as how many keywords can you use, as many as you want, as few as you want. If you're using the keyword golden ratio model, you should just use the one keyword in there, right? That's how it works. And Adnan is going to, go ahead and ask another question, I think. I could have missed it. Definitely could have missed it. All right. Ratched says, you hope my health improves. Cool. You have a niche site, it's sports betting related, and it's making some money. The other is a DIY for French viewers, a complete failure. Now you're willing to spend the time and effort to write 50 plus articles and make an authority site project, but will I get some results in 6 months? It's really hard to keep the will if there's no results. So I can't answer that question because there's too many variables involved. But I will challenge, I mean, I don't do in the 5-figure niche site course, Sarab. By the way, it'll come out in a couple weeks. Sarab, it'll come out in a couple weeks. We'll be happy to have you on board. But in that course, I use project management and, like basically like agile ideas to place a framework over the regular internet marketing stuff. So you don't need to write 50 articles. It's not going to take 6 months. If you're using some other model, which I can't comment on, I have no idea, right? But I agree with you. It's hard to keep the will if there's no results, which is precisely why I created my course, because a lot of people were saying, hey, I'm going to do this authority site. I'm going to, publish 100, 150 pieces of content. I'm just going to power through it. And, 6 months, 1 year later, a bunch of people are making like zero money following along with these projects. And it doesn't work. Like they give up, right? It doesn't mean it won't work if you keep sticking with it. But at some point, Ratch, like you're talking to your family and friends and they're like, why are you spending like 40 hours a week working on this thing? How much money have you made? Zero. It's pretty disappointing and they don't understand you. They think you're crazy. Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying, Ratch? So anyway, you don't have to do it that way. I highly encourage you to, it sounds like if you have a sports betting related site and then a DIY thing, like I don't know your approach. It sounds like kind of not a great idea. Brandon says, do I recommend a brand new Amazon Associates account for each niche site to minimize everything getting wiped out for terms of service? That is the ideal scenario. The thing is, you'll have to have different, I'm assuming you're in the US, but basically like you'll have to have a different tax ID number. So you'll have to have a different LLC, social security number, put your spouse or partner or whatever. But you can't have multiples with the same tax ID. So I know someone who has like an LLC for each site. And I think maybe, they didn't create it that way off the bat, but once it started making money, they moved it over. However, the cleanest way to do it is to start from scratch. So Ina says, yeah, go rest your throat. Yes. Thank you. Adnan, cool. Looking forward to seeing the entries. Nonchalant, Ratched, cool. All right. We made it almost a whole hour. I'll let it tick over. Steven says, you're a little bit late to the live stream, but you've been listening to all my videos. Thank you. Thanks for the support. I'm doing a brilliant job providing great content. Awesome. That's good to hear. Good to hear. And Steven, if you are showing up late, don't forget to sign up for the free workshop tomorrow. No pitch. It's deeper, right? I'm going to talk about SEO and stuff. For niche sites and authority sites, there's a link below. And there's a cool contest. It's a recent video. Go to my recent videos. It's about playlist, right? A playlist with, it sounds like you've watched a bunch of videos recently. So you could put together a playlist of like your favorite hits. All for my channel. This is super, self-indulgent. It's all about my ego here, apparently. But it will actually be helpful for other people. It's not just for me. It's nice, sure, but it will be helpful for others. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Dennis, Steven, FM Scout, others. We'll catch you tomorrow.